Hello, fellow compounders. Do you want to know a secret? Do you want to know the secret of becoming a millionaire by investing? In this video, I'll review some of the ground rules that you should follow to become a wealthy investor. Welcome to the Always Be Compounding Club, where we share ideas on how to build, grow, and enjoy wealth. I'm your host, Dennis Chen. I'm a full-time investor and CFA charter holder. Welcome aboard. So let's get started. I was recently asked how to get rich by investing, starting with nothing. So after some thought, here's my answer. But first, I'd like to clarify something. When we said starting with nothing, it really means starting with no money. All of you are starting with something very valuable, unless you are 90 years old. Hear me out. You're starting with time. I'm going to assume that if you have time, you have the potential to generate some money. Time can be converted into money. So you're starting out with no money, but you're not poor because you have time. Another question is, can you become a millionaire by just investing? Absolutely. The obvious example is Warren Buffett, who became a millionaire and eventually a multi-billionaire through investing. He started at the age of 11, and at the age of 92 this year, he just got to 92, his net worth is over $100 billion. I believe he is the GOAT, the greatest investor of all time. So here are the ground rules to follow to become a millionaire or billionaire. Number 1, be healthy. Number 2, master your time. Number 3, add value. Number 4, have grit. Number 5, be grateful. Number 6, spend less than what you earn. Number 7, always be compounding. And number 8, don't lose real money. Now let's unpack them one by one. Number 1, be healthy. As the saying goes, health comes first. You only have one body while you're on this earth. You should take care of it. To get to a millionaire or billionaire status starting with no money, you'll need time. So make sure that you eat your vegetables, exercise, and take care of yourself so you have the time and energy to invest and enjoy your wealth. Number 2, master your time. This rule is super important. Make sure you learn how to manage your time well and be productive. This should be learned right after learning to read and write. I recently read a book by Oliver Burkeman called 4,000 Weeks. We have around 4,000 weeks of life on this earth, so make sure that you focus on what is important. Also, I must say it again, that time is your most important asset. Time is money. Let's say you're in your 20s or 30s and you were able to trade places with Warren Buffett, a multi-billionaire who is 92 years old. He has over $100 billion. Would you do it? Would you trade places with him right now? I bet you wouldn't. So, master your time. Number 3, add value. Adding value at whatever you do is what will allow you to generate income. Income which you'll need to use to invest. If you don't add value, you won't be able to convert your time into an investment stake. So when you're working at your job, make sure that you're doing your best. Learn new things, improve your skills, learn how to speak in public and how to sell. The more value you can create for others and for yourself, the more money you'll have to invest. Number 4, have grit. Professor Angela Duckworth from the University of Pennsylvania, in her book Grit, confirms that the one characteristic that successful people have in common that distinguishes them from the non-successful people is grit. She defines grit as a combination of perseverance and passion. I highly recommend reading her book. Number 5, be grateful. No matter what position you are in life, there's always someone worse off than you. And don't envy either, because there's always somebody better off than you. Be grateful for what you have. Give thanks to God. Be grateful for selfish reasons, because grateful people are A, happier, B, they sleep better, C, they have better health and well-being, D, they have better relationships, and E, they're more resilient. Number 6, spend less than what you earn. Here's a great quote from Charles Dickens' book, David Copperfield. I quote, "Annual income, 20 pounds. Annual expenditures, 20 pounds 19 and 6. Results, happiness. Annual income, 20 pounds. Annual expenses, 20 pounds not and 6. Result, misery." This means that if you're not saving and are overspending, you will be miserable. So don't do it. You should have a budget and allocate your resources, making sure that you always have a surplus and have something to save or invest. Let me make a quick side note here. Having money to invest is very important. No money means no investments, which means no compounding. So make sure you make a budget and have money left to invest. In the beginning, it would be challenging, but you must push through. Have grit. Charlie Munger said, "The first $100,000 is a beep, but you got to do it." He went on to say, "I don't care what you have to do if it means walking everywhere and not eating anything that wasn't purchased with a coupon. Find a way to get your hands on $100,000. After that, you can ease off the gas a little bit." The reason for this is that you need to have some money to invest that will be enough to move the needle. Say you are good at picking stocks and you increase your investment returns by 10%, going from 8% to 18% when you have $100 to invest. That extra 10% increase is equal to $10 a year. You can easily save $10 by just skipping one or two Starbucks cappuccinos. So that's why building your money stash to invest is so important and challenging. So at the beginning, focus on increasing your earnings and by adding tons of value at your work, and manage your expenses in order to get to your first $100,000. Okay, let's get back to our ground rules. Here comes my favorite one. Number 7, always be compounding. This is obviously a very important rule for an investor. You could write an entire book about this rule and create a YouTube channel around it. Always be compounding is a mindset around compounding your knowledge and wealth. I dare to say it is a law of nature. It translates to, if you're not growing, you are dying. Some say trees don't grow to the sky. That's true, but they do keep on growing sideways. For example, the General Sherman tree, a giant redwood, the largest tree in the world at 275 feet tall and 32 feet in diameter, adds around 1 millimeter of new wood across its surface area each year. This new mass is about 40 cubic feet of wood, which is enough to build a 5 to 6 room house every year. This tree is estimated to be 2,200 to 2,700 years old. It still keeps on growing. When it stops growing, it will be because it's dead. So, learn how to grow your money and do it. Just subscribe to this channel and we'll learn together. Number 8, don't lose real money. This rule is really a part of the always be compounding rule. However, it's so important that I highlighted it as a separate one. So let's unpack it. It is very important for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is hard to recover from a loss. For example, if you have a $1,000 investment and you lose 50%, you're left with $500. In order to get back to break even and get back to $1,000, you'll need 100% return, not 50% return on the $500 investment that you have left. So when you get punched in the face and you fall on your back, it's harder to get back up on your feet. So avoid getting punched in the face. And number 2, it says don't lose real money. The real means to account for inflation. Inflation has to do with the erosion of purchasing power. For example, we recently heard that the inflation rate in the US is around 8.3%. Let me use 8% just to make the example easier to follow. What does an 8% inflation mean? It means that your $5 coffee after 8% inflation now costs $5.40. It takes more dollars to buy the same stuff that you did before. So in order to stand still and not lose purchasing power, your investments need to earn at least 8% so you're not losing real money. So you're just standing still even though you're making a nominal 8% return. Your real returns are anything above that inflation rate. So don't lose real money is a reminder to make sure that you take inflation into account and be careful and mindful about the investment risks you decide to take. So there you have them. 8 ground rules that will make you a millionaire. If you like this video, I'd appreciate you hitting that like button. And if you have any questions, place them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to always be compounding. See you in the next video. Take care.